In the last video, we discussed limits, and as a rapid-fire viewing, we were getting limit from the right and from the left. If they are the same, then the limit exists, and if they are not, then the limit doesn't exist. And for that, we used numerical and graphical methods. But as you saw, that was time-consuming. So we come up with another idea for getting limits to broaden or expand your mind. Above and beyond, it will bear much fruit. Now, let's raise the curtain, stick around, and keep watching. Hi guys, welcome to my channel Math Mastery, and today we will continue talking about limits. Today I will show you how to factor the polynomial after direct substitution. If the direct substitution doesn't work, we will factor the polynomial or whatever in the expression. Now here in this example, find limit as x approaches 1 of 3x plus 2. First I will try the direct substitution, right? I mean that I will plug in 1 in the expression. So it will be 3 times 1, and instead of writing down x, I'll write down 1, and then plus 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, and this is the answer. And if the direct substitution doesn't work, we'll try to find another solution by factoring. In this example, find limit as x approaches 3 of x squared minus 8 divided by x minus 2. Try the direct substitution. 3 to the power 2 minus 8 divided by 3 minus 2. 3 to the power 2 is 9 minus 8 divided by 3 minus 2 is equal to 1 divided by 1. So the answer is 1. Another example. Find limit as x approaches 5 of x squared minus 25 divided by x minus 5. Now let's try the direct substitution. Now here is equal to 0 over 0, right? So let's try the second solution, which is factoring. And as you see here, the numerator is x squared minus 25, and it's a difference of two perfect squares. X squared is a perfect square, and 25 is a perfect square, and you have a minus here between them, right? So I want to remind you of how to factor the difference of two squares by getting the square roots of each one, right? So now limit x minus 5 times x plus 5. Right here, x to the power 2, get the square root of x squared, you will get x times x, and get the square root of 25, which is 5 times 5. One is positive and the other is negative, divided by x minus 5 as x approaches 5. Cancel each other out, so we have left over with x plus 5. So it's equal to limit x plus 5 as x approaches 5. And now you can substitute x with 5, which is 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. And that is the answer. Now here in this example, find limit as x approaches 2, x cubed minus 8 divided by 2 minus x. Here x cubed minus 8. Now we'll try to find the direct substitution. You'll get 0 over 0. Now we'll try to find the factors of the numerator. In the first parentheses, you will find the cubic root of each one. You will find the cubic root of x cubed, which is x, and the cubic root of negative 8, which is negative 2. Now here in the second parentheses, you will square each one, each term. X squared and negative 2 squared, which is plus 4. And don't forget to multiply the two terms with the opposite sign. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. With the opposite sign, it will be positive 2x. divided by 2 minus x as x approaches 2. But you have another problem here, because here in the numerator you have x minus 2, and here in the denominator you have 2 minus x, right? They are similar, but they are not the same to cancel each other, right? So we can change one of them. You can change 2 minus x or x minus 2 by factoring out negative 1. Let's try that in the denominator. Is equal to limit. Now here we'll take out negative 1 and we are left with x minus 2, because 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2, so 2 changes to negative 2, and negative x divided by negative 1 is x, so negative x changes to x. Now we have x minus 2 in the numerator and x minus 2 in the denominator. We will cancel them out. So directly we will substitute x with 2 in that expression divided by negative 1. Don't forget negative 1 here in the denominator. 2 to the power 2 plus 2 times 2 plus 4 divided by negative 1. 2 to the power 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 4 divided by negative 1. So the answer is equal to 12 divided by negative 1, which is negative 12. And this is the answer. Another example. Find limit as x approaches negative 2, x squared minus 2x minus 8 divided by x squared minus 4. Let's try the direct substitution. You will find that the expression is equal to 0 over 0. It's indeterminate. Now let's try factoring. And as you see here in the numerator, you have a trinomial, 3 terms, x to the power 2 minus 2x minus 8, right? And if you can factor it easily, you can find two numbers, you multiply to negative 8 and you add to negative 2. If you can figure that out, it's okay, and if you don't, you can list all the factors of negative 8, right, as I will do here. Now limit as x approaches negative 2. Here in the denominator, it's okay, you can factor it easily. X to the power 2 is x times x, and negative 4 is negative 2 times positive 2. Now the numerator, we will factor negative 8. Negative 8 is about 1 times 8, but because the product is negative 8, so one factor is positive and the other is negative. So it can be negative 1 times 8 or negative 8 times 1. Another two factors, 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8, but one is positive and the other is negative. So negative 2 times 4 and one's negative 4 times 2. Let's try the first two factors. They multiply to negative 8, but they don't add to negative 2. 8 minus 1 is 7, so they don't add up to negative 2. So cross out the first one. And the second one the same, because 1 minus 8 is not negative 2. And the third one is 4 minus 2, which is 2, but here in the middle you have negative 2. And the last one is negative 4 and 2, which is right, because negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. So when you factor, you write down x minus 4 and x plus 2. And here you have x plus 2 in the numerator and x plus 2 in the denominator. Now we have left over limit as x approaches negative 2, x minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Now we can substitute x with negative 2 directly. So negative 2 minus 4 divided by negative 2 minus 2, which is negative 6 divided by negative 4, which is 6 over 4. And now you can divide by 2, because 6 and 4 are divisible by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now the answer is 3 over 2. Another example. Find limit as x approaches 2 of 3x to the power 2 plus x minus 14 divided by x to the power 2 minus 4. If you substitute, you will get 0 over 0, right? So let's try factoring. You don't have a problem with the denominator because x power 2 minus 4, you can factor it easily, x minus 2 times x plus 2. But the problem is with the numerator, because here is a trinomial. This is the first thing. And the second aspect is you have the leading coefficient 3. 3 is the leading coefficient. So I highly recommend to factor by grouping. So I will follow AC method. This is A and this is C. Multiply A times C, 3 times negative 14. 3 times negative 14 is negative 42. Now, what are the factors of negative 42? 1 times 42, one is positive and the other is negative, or negative 42 times 1. 6 times 7, so negative 6 times 7, or negative 7 times 6, right? And if they add up to 1, because here in the middle you have 1, if they add up to 1, so the factors are right. Negative 1 plus 42, it doesn't work, so cross out. And also negative 42 plus 1. Here negative 6 plus 7 is 1, so the factors are negative 6 and 7. So I will rewrite the expression 3x to the power 2 plus x minus 14 as 3x to the power 2, the first term, and the last term, negative 14, but the term in the middle I will rewrite as negative 6x plus 7x. So here minus 6x plus 7x. And then I will divide it into two groups. The first group is 3x to the power 2 minus 6x, and the second group is 7x minus 14. And now you can factor out the greatest common factor for 3x to the power 2 minus 6x, which is 3x. Now divide each term by 3x. 3x to the power 2 divided by 3x is x, and negative 6x divided by 3x is negative 2. And here in the second expression, or in the second group, you have 7x minus 14, and 7 is the common factor, so 7 is outside the parentheses, and 7x divided by 7 is x, minus 14 divided by 7 is 2, so you have x minus 2 as a common factor again. So x minus 2 here in the first parentheses, and in the second parentheses you have 3x plus 7. So back to the question, you will put it in the numerator, x minus 2 times 3x plus 7, and in the denominator, x minus 2 times x plus 2. X minus 2 and x minus 2 cancel each other out, so you have leftover 3x plus 7 divided by x plus 2, and now you can substitute x with 2. So 3 times 2 plus 7 divided by 2 plus 2, which is 6 plus 7 divided by 4. 6 plus 7 is 13 divided by 4, and this is the answer. Alright, dear viewers, let's just call it a day. I hope today's video has been effective and comprehensible. Till we meet again, your thoughts are more than welcome. If you have a question, don't forget to put it in the comments below. See you next time.